Gautam sir.
Yes, ma'am. Good evening.
Good evening, sir. Shall we start, sir?
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, okay. Okay. Good evening and a warm welcome to each one of you. And it's my great pleasure to welcome you all to the ninth day of our intensive workshop on SPSS and Amos. We have been on an amazing journey together over the past weeks, delving deeply into the complex field of statistical analysis for quantitative research. And I would like to utilize this occasion to thank Dr. R. Gautam, our distinguished speaker, for sharing his priceless knowledge and experience with us. His direction has been essential to the success of this session. As we move forward with today's agenda, I encourage you all to continue engaging actively, asking questions, and make the most of this learning experience. And remember, the true value of this workshop lies not just in the information shared, but in the application of that knowledge in our real world scenarios. And in conclusion, it's let's make today another productive day of learning and discovery. I wish you all the best for the session ahead and look forward to seeing the innovative ways in which you will apply these powerful tools in your work. And once again, I welcome you all and a particular welcome to Dr. Gautam. And then over to you, sir. Welcome, sir.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much. Glad to meet you all on my final day session with you all. Thank you so much once again, all the participants, those who have joined today's session. So let's today the topic that we are going to discuss is a very small topic. Why? Because previously Rajesh sir has considerably reduced my job because yes, I think he's already talked to you about the measurement models, how to do all such things. So we are just going to focus on the mediation and the moderation aspect as well. Right. So let's move forward. I think this is the one that we had yesterday with regard to when we finished our confirmatory factor analysis. All right. So when we talk about this particular aspect, one more important thing that we have to check out for is the discriminant validity and the convergent validity, so that you can click this master validity. So naturally, when your model fit measures are excellent, naturally you will get your model fit measures to be very successful. So you find here these four are very much important, right? These four: composite reliability, which is mentioned here as CR, AVE, average variation explained, and MSV and max RH. Now, all these are the measures of convergent and discriminant validity. The main, as I told you, the main purpose of conducting CFA is to check the factorial validity rather than the model fit measures. So ideally, we want these measures also to be satisfied. You could see here it clearly states there are no validity concerns, right? There are no validity issues. There are no issues of a convergent validity issues or discriminant validity issues. So model is really good, right? What we have done, no validity issues. We are good to go with SIM. Now, before that, we should understand a certain relationship between uh, all these things, all these four, especially composite reliability is more or less the reliability value of each of the factors that we are considering. So the cutoff here is again zero point 0.6, ideally very low constraint, but 0.7 is also good enough. Right? If you want to go for a rigor measure, you can keep it 0.7, otherwise 0.5 is also still good enough to take care of. Now, if you see composite, if you take average variance explained, average variance explained will always be lesser than composite reliability. And MSV will also be always less than AVE, but max RH will naturally be higher than CR. So when we talk about CR and max RH, right, max RH should be greater. So you could find here for FI, it's 0.890, but here it is greater than that, 0.894. CR is 0.859. Max RS is 910. So it should be ideally greater. 0.796 and this is 0.801. 0.857, it is 0.862. So naturally they both are greater than no the CRs. And you see average variance expense will always be less than uh, CR. Right, you could see here it's 0.729, 673, 565 and 0.601. And finally, this would also be much lesser than the AV. But ideally here, this should be less than zero point 0.5 and the rest everything should be greater than zero point 0.5. And these are the correlations between all the three. So this should also be naturally be higher than zero point 0.5. And of course, no, it is all the validity concerns are addressed here. Yes, yeah. So all the validity
Sir,
concerns.
what is this song?
Validity concerns are addressed here, right? All the validity concerns are addressed here, right? All the validity concerns are addressed here. Yes. Now, the next important aspect is that we are going to proceed with the same. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to click on
Hello,
view and you are just going to
Gautam
click
sir.
on, yes, ma'am, yes. And you can just click on interface properties and you can just click on landscape. I'll keep landscape legal and I just click apply so that my space would be good enough, right? Now I can just click on resize the path diagram so that it comes within the picture. So once that is done, you can just remove all the covariances because we are now going to run path analysis. Right. So here I'm going to take it in a different angle. Right. Here I have two dependent variables with me and I have only one independent variable. And I'm just going to make it suitable of what I'm trying to do. All right. Yes. This and this. Right. So this is going to be my dependent variable. This is going to be my independent variable. Right. And this. Now we can draw the regression line. So I'm going to draw financial FI to PS, FI to IDP, then FI to RP, RP to yes, then this. All right. So FI directly to RP, RP to PS, right? Then FI directly to PS, FI directly to IP. Now, before doing this, right? Yeah, okay, let's do with this as well. All right. So this is something that I wanted to run through here. So I need to assign an error term for RP being a mediating variable. So I click on that and I click on this. Okay. It's not getting rotated. Okay. All right. Yes. Now I click on name unobserved variable. Name unobserved variable. Right. So I hope you all can understand financial information or financial literacy influences stock market performance. Financial no informations or financial literacy influences investment decision perception. This relationship is mediated by RP, right? And similarly, this dependence relationship is also mediated by RP. So it's like FI RP is one mediation, FI RP PS is another mediation, and these two are direct relationship. Right? Clear? Is the relationship clear? Is the relationship clear?
Hello.
Yes, ma'am. Now I can
Hello.
hear you.
Sir, I have a doubt. In the previous
Yes.
slide, what you know, reliability issues. There first it was composite reliability. After that it was MSV. After that you said something else. Can you repeat that once again, sir?
This one. CR is composite reliability. Correct? AVE is average variance explained.
Sir, what about this max R?
Right? Average variance.
Max R, sir. Max R.
Max RH. I hope I heard it right. Right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yeah.
Max RH should always be more than your CR. Max RH should always be more than your CR. Right? You could see that composite reliability, right? It is always lesser than max RH. Right? You could see in all the cases. Because if it's going to be less than that, you will have a validity concern. Max RH is nothing but maximal reliability. That's it. Max RH is
Okay,
nothing
okay,
but
got it, sir.
maximal reliability. Alright?
Here we are measuring validity and also reliability. Is it, sir?
Yes. Yes. Is that clear? Yeah.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Please proceed.
Sorry?
Sir, please proceed, sir. I got
Okay.
it.
Perfect.
So this
Okay. Done. Sir?
MSV is validity. MSV.
Yes. Yes. All those are validity measures.
Okay. MS
All
stands
those
for
are.
MS means
You want the explanation for
no, just full form.
MSV? This
What is
one.
this? Explanation is clear. What is MSV? V stands for validity. What does it mean? MS. No, sir, not this one.
Once again, I think that validity concerns have gone. You want me? You are asking me the expansion for MSV.
Yes.
MSV stands for maximum squared variance.
Okay.
Yeah, right. So then I also wanted to see how stock market performance influences investor decision perception. Also, this also I wanted to know. So now what you have to do, you have to click on view button and you have to click on analysis properties. So in analysis properties, right, you here we have to, when since we are testing direct or indirect relationship, I mean we are trying to understand the mediating effects, right? You have to click on this. Last time if you remember we did only this. This time you have to click on indirect, direct and total effect. This will help us to understand the mediating effects. This will help us to understand the mediating effects. Now for the time being, I don't want this to happen. Later on, I'll do this PS to IP. Let us come back, right? Click on view, analysis property, output. You have to check this option out. Indirect, comma direct and total effect. Then you have to click on bootstrap. You have to click on bootstrap and click on perform bootstrap bias corrected confidence interval, right? And this has to be changed to 500. This should be changed to 95%. We don't want at 90%. We want it only at 95%. So three important settings you need to update here. Indirect effects. Here in output, you have to give indirect effect, direct and total effects. And in the bootstrap, you have to give perform bootstrap bias corrected confidence intervals 595. Once you do that, click on the analysis and you can proceed with the analysis. You can click on and proceed with the analysis. Error attempting and a computer correlation one of them failed to be a positive. Okay. Standardized estimates analysis property window. Okay. Let me, because of this, it's happening. No. Okay. I'll click on analysis property again. I think it is showing some error there. View analysis property standardized estimates. Okay. Now if I run through, yes, I think now it has come. Yes. So model fit is somewhat okay, acceptable. Okay, not so great, but still this is a problem. So now we have to perform, we have to look out for, right, something called as direct indirect estimates. So you will have it under matrices. Under estimates, you will have it under matrices. First, let's try to understand the total effect. Total effect means the overall effect, right? The overall effect of RP, right, between RP and FI is 0.04, sorry, 0.401, or I can also click on this. Whatever values that you are seeing on my screen, right, whatever values that you are seeing on my screen here, it is the reflection of this. So if you see here, what does it say? Between RP to FI values 0.40. What do you see here? Can you see? It's 0.40. RP to PS, it is 0.29. FI to PS, it is 0.25. RP to IDP, it is -0.02, very poor, which means there is, I don't feel there would be any mediation here. FI to IDP, again a negative relationship, 0.17, right? And RS to IDP, it is 1.13. All these are what you call it as direct effects. All these what you call it as direct effects. Direct effects means direct influence of FI on RP, direct influence of RP on IDP, direct influence of FI on PS, direct influence of FI on IDP, right? So what is the direct influence of FI on IDP is, or PS is 0.25. Now let me go here. That also we can also cross verify here. I'll click on direct effects. So direct effects between FI and what is the dependent variable PS is 0.252, right? 0.252. Let me click indirect effects. Let me click indirect effects. What happened now? What is the indirect effect between FI and the PS? What was earlier? Direct effect was how much? Direct effect was how much? 0.252. What was indirect effect? 0.116. What does it indicate? What does it indicate? What does it indicate? What does it indicate? Hello? See, if I directly draw a line between PS and FI, my relationship is 0.252. Indirectly, it is 0.116. What does it? What does it tell? What does it tell? What does it tell? Ah,
Sir, can
somebody
you
is
repeat the
answering.
question once again?
Yes, I'll repeat once again. PS to FI, it is 0.252 in the direct effect. When it comes to indirect effect, it is 0.116. What does it indicate? That is my question.
Sir, indirect effect is better than direct effect.
Okay,
There will
okay,
be a mediating variable, sir.
okay. So which means when RP mediates, correct? When RP mediates PS, there is some influence. The values are changing. Values are not remaining the same, correct? Values are not remaining the same in both direct effects and indirect effects. Right? If both value remains the same, what does it mean? If both values remains the same, what does it mean? What does it mean? What does it mean?
There is no effect.
There is no effect. There is no mediation effect. Correct? There is no mediation effect. Now there is a presence of mediation effect. Why? Because it's changing. Right? It's changing. It's changing. Correct? What about with respect to IDP? Can somebody check what is the direct influence of IDP to FI? What is the direct influence of IDP to FI? It is negative. Correct. Direct effect between IDP to FI is negative. Why it is negative? It is minus 0.172. Minus 0.172. How does this relationship change? Can you notice? How does this relationship change? What is the value you see in indirect effect between IDP and FI?
It is 0.405.
It is 0.405.
And
The value itself is becoming what?
positive.
It is becoming positive. So what does it mean? There is a strong mediation. There is a strong mediating effect. There is a strong mediating effect. Correct? Something positive, it is something which was negative, it is becoming positive. So there is a strong mediating effect which exists between, all right? So when financial literacy through risk perception influences IDP, that is the understanding. That is the understanding. So this is how we check for mediation effects. We will check for mediation through direct, indirect effects. Right? Total effects. Total effect is an overall effect. Direct effect is without the presence of mediation. What is the outcome? And with the presence of mediation, what is the outcome? Right? That is what is your mediation effects. So now we could observe what is the conclusion that we will arrive? In both the cases, it exhibits some it exhibits some medium. RP mediates even PS as well as IDP. Now, out of all these parts, which are all significant, that you can click on estimates and see. RP to FI has a direct relationship. P value is significant. FI to PS has a direct significance. Yes, relationship exists. But there do not exist any direct relationship between risk perception and stock market performance. Why?
Because it is greater than 0.05.
Yes, it is greater than 0.05. There is no direct relationship which exists between FI and IDP and RP to IDP also. Okay, but I also wanted to know the influence of PS on IDP. Yes, there exists a significant relationship. There exists a significant relationship. Now, click on the indirect effects. Let's come here, right? Let's come back here. So here you will find indirect effects based on the bootstrapping results. Based on the bootstrapping results, right? And more or less you will find that in what is the nature of that between the relationship between these two. And what do you normally infer from lower bounds and upper bounds of a confidence interval? What do you normally infer from lower and upper bound? What is the relationship between lower and upper bounds? Any idea what is the relationship between lower and upper bound of a confidence interval? Yes. Now you see, we understood there is a mediating effect of RP when it comes to uh, PS and IDP. But is this mediating effect significant or not? How we will know? How we will know? Is this mediating relationship is significant or not? How we will know is this mediating? We know there is a mediating effect. How do we conclude there is a mediating effect? Because there is a change in the values, right? The estimates are changing in indirect effect, which means there is a presence of mediating effect. But is this mediating presence of this mediating effect, is it significant or not? How can we know? Talking in terms of p values. How do we know whether there is significant relationship exists between significant mediation exists? How do we know? How do we know? No idea. That is where here this two-tailed significance is coming, right? And two-tailed significant results says even though there exists an indirect effect between RP and IDP, they are not statistically significant. Why they are not statistically significant? Why they are not statistically significant? Why? Why they are not statistically significant? They are not statistically significant because their p-values are less more than 0.05. What is the p-value? P-value 0.160 greater than 0.05. 0.068 greater than 0.05. Did you all understand the point? Did you all understand the point? Yes or no?
Sir, why you said here about two-tailed?
No, two-tailed is for the significance, statistical significance. Right? So what do we infer is that there is a mediating effect, but it is insignificant. Yes, RP influences. RP plays some role in influencing stock market performances as well as investment decisions, but they are not still, but that is not good enough to make a change in investment decision. Of course, this is very practically speaking, right? My financial literacy influences my investment decision, but I will consider risk perception also, but that risk perception do not change the outcome. Do not change the outcome. It's like I want to, it's like I want to invest in mutual funds. I want to invest in mutual funds. Why I wanted to invest in mutual fund? Because of my financial literacy. What is the one thing based on my financial literacy? One aspect of financial literacy maybe. Because I am aware those who are risk free, those who are risk averse, I hope you understand what is risk averse. Risk averse means I am scared of taking risk. That is my risk perception. Again, you connect the points. I am scared of risk perception, right? And I know for beginners, instead of directly investing in stock market, I can go through. I can enter into stock markets through mutual funds. Now, ideally, I know, right? So that risk perception will not influence my outcome. Why I invest in mutual fund? Why I invest in mutual fund? Why do I invest in mutual fund? Why do I invest in mutual funds? Yes. Why do I invest in mutual fund? Because I am risk averse. That is nothing again, Babu, nothing but my risk perception. So, yes, that is one of my considerations in my investment decision. Right? That is one of my consideration in investment decision. Right? I want to invest in mutual funds because one of the reason is I am risk averse person. So, risk perception is influencing. But that do not change my outcome of decision that I have taken in mutual funds. That has no potential because I'm risk averse. I'm not telling no, I will not go to mutual funds. You understand the point? Because I'm risk averse, that because I'm aware that I'm risk averse, that does not changing my output. What is my outcome? Investment is what is my I want to invest in mutual funds. So yes, it influences. Yes, it has some importance in my investment decision making, but it is not significant enough to change the outcome itself. It is not significant enough to change my outcome itself. You understand the point? That is what the model says. What we tested now, that is what it says. Yes, risk perception influences even financial literacy as a direct impact. If I consider risk perception, yes, it is having an effect, but that effect still not significant enough to change the outcome. Right? This is the understanding. This is the understanding. Clear? Any confusions here? Yes. So let's try for one more aspect. Say for example, let us see, right? Let us come here and say for example, I don't want to measure stock market performance, right? Before that, what I'm going to do, I'm going to make a note of few things. What I'm going to make note of, it is PS1, PS3 and PS8. PS1, 3 and 8, right? So I would just wanted to check this one alone, right? Check this one alone. Now I run the analysis. Okay, proceed with the analysis. Just click on this output and check this confidence intervals. Check on this indirect effects, bootstrap confidence. Again, what does it say? It has no significant relationship. Why there is no significant relationship? I'll tell you the reason. when your lower bounds and upper bounds has opposite signs, naturally you will find there won't be any significance. You see here, minus, plus, no significance. Plus, plus, you see significance. Can you see here? So that is how it works. So there is a mediating effect of RP, but that is not statistically significant. That is the conclusion. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to delete this. I'm going to delete this, and I'm going to understand, and I will just now draw 1, 2, 3 this sign PS1, PS1, PS3, and this. So yes, this one, plugins, name unobserved variables, and I run. Yes, no problem. Now let me check. So again, minus, plus, so you will not find any significance. So there is no, right, significant mediation relationship in this case. There is no significant mediation relationship in this case. This is called mediation testing. But how, sir, how will I decide which is going to be my mediation variable, which is going to be my dependent variable, which is going to be my independent variables? It based on your literature review. Your literature should support for a particular variable to be a mediating variable. And for every variable, if you are using FI as independent variable, there should be a support. If you are using right, so if you don't have that, because why I tell is that sometimes if you are taking a wrong variable as a mediation, still mediation effect will not be there. You will still get the values as 0, 0, 0. So that is why I say you have to be careful in choosing which is going to be. But I think naturally, most of the cases, there won't be critical problems over there, because you will be doing all this when you are developing that framework. Because only after developing the framework, you are going to go and test it. Correct? You are going to go and test it out. So in that case, so it is ideally better. I think naturally your mediation effects will prove to be successful. This is mediation. Any doubts with regard to mediation? Any doubts in mediation? Any doubts in the mediation? Yes. Sir, should this mediating relationship I have literature support. Yes. See, another reason probably it is not statistically significant, maybe because of the sample size. Sample size is actually 81 only now. That could also be the reason why here it is not turning out to be statistically significant. Is that clear? Any doubts? Anyone can text it. Either I have a doubt or no doubt, like that, so that we will proceed with moderation. We will proceed with
No doubt,
moderation.
sir. No doubt, sir.
Okay, perfect. Perfect, perfect, perfect. So then now we will move to moderation. Yes, so I have a doubt or no doubt. Yes. Now let's move on to moderation. Now moderation, say for example, right? Let's say for example, in this relationship, financial informations determines stock market performance. Now I wanted to know, in this case, is there any mediation, whether gender plays any role in mediating this? So for that, what I'm going to do, I'm just going to go here. I'm just going to type SPSS. So I'm just going to open this file, my SPSS data input file. All right. And I'm just going to see here how I have coded. Gender I have coded as 1, female as 2, male as 1, female as 2. Now let me come here. So once you wanted to see, is there any effect of gender in this relationship? Because ideally we know, right? This is right single relationship. No? So now, and this relationship is also statistically significant. See, statistically significant. PS to F5, it is significant. Now I wanted to know, is there any mediating effect, sorry, moderation of gender here? So what should I do? Here you will find here you will find something called as group number 1. Or you can also click on analyze and click manage groups. This will come. So I'm going to make this as male and click on new button. It will call for group number 2. What is my second group? It is female. Okay, it is female. And I'm just going to click close. There are no more groups. Only 2 groups. Male, female. Now, if you click on the data set, you find a male. It is showing full sample. It is showing full sample 81, but that is not my case. So what you do, you will click on grouping variable here and you have to select gender and now click on group value, grouping variable, select gender and group value, you select 1 because we know 1 is male, 40. Now second one, you click on female, but you would see there is no data set here, so you have to click on file name, select SPSS, VV, and as usual select grouping variable, gender, click OK, and you select group 2 and just click OK. And here what you have to do, you have to click on again analysis properties. I don't want indirect effects and all that, but I want critical ratios for differences. I want critical ratios for differences. I want to click critical variances, ratios for differences, and you can also click standardized estimates. Now run the show. Proceed. Now you come here, click on here. You have to click on estimates, scalars. Okay, not scalars. Here, pairwise comparisons. Right? Okay, not this one also. Estimates. We have to click on estimates. Yes. You will have here the estimates. You will have here the estimates. Now, before going here, I wanted to tell you something. You see here it is 0.43. Here it is 0.5. When I click male, it is just 0.43. When I click female, it is 0.5, which means that shows there is a presence of moderation. But now we do not know, right? We do not know, right? We do not know whether it is statistically significant or not. It is statistically significant or not. So if I click on male, you'll find the estimates coming. So I will share this Excel sheet later, right? Regression weights table in A2. Okay. So what I do here, I will go to this file, say no, and I will go to my downloads, and I will go to my this thing. Okay, I should close this first. I should right click. Let me see if this works. Unblock. Okay. Yes, it works. All right. Now you come here. Let me come to the output and main standardized estimates. Copy. Come here. Paste. Right. Come here. If you click on female, you will get estimates for female. So come here. Copy. Paste. Now move little bit here. You will see critical ratios matrix. All right. So you can, yes, you find this here. You find this here, critical ratio matrix. So copy, come, paste it here. Now you can just click on this. Okay. You would find Ah, no, not this one. I could not see that file. Just outliers, fix wages, check differences. Anywhere I have got. Okay. Ah, it has come here. So you see here for female, what is the p value? 0.00.05. So what does it clearly indicate? It clearly indicates that there is no significant moderation effect when it comes to male. But female, right? But female, it is equivalent to 0.05, which means still it is no statistically non-significant. But probably if I increase my sample size, right? If I increase my sample size, there could be a moderation effect. Why? Because you could see here in one-tailed, there is a significant relationship existing. One-tailed p-value, it is 0.04, less than 0.05. Why this would have come? Because of this effect only. This would have come because of this one. Right? But maybe sample size is very small, because of which it is almost equal. It is not above 0.05 or below 0.05. It is ideally equivalent to 0.05. But let us try. Okay, see, it is exactly 0.05. Even I thought if there any adjustment made by Excel, 0.049, it is made 0.05. No. So there is no moderation, right? There is no moderation, right? So what I'm going to do now, I'm just going to go back. I'm just going to go back here and find out what is, again, I'm just going to open this up, this opening. Let's see. Group indices, group differences. It is there. Right. So moderation, what do we call gender is what kind of variable here? Gender is what kind of variable here? Gender is what kind of variable here? Gender is what kind of variable?
Categorical.
Ah, excellent. It is a categorical variable. It is a categorical variable. It is a categorical variable. So for
Nominal.
categorical variables, the
Nominal.
moderation has to be done this way. Yes, ma'am.
I'm saying it is nominal.
Ah, correct. It is nominal, right? So for categorical variables, moderation needs to be done like this. If it is going to be a scale variable, you have to compute a variable and you have to see the effect of moderation over there. You have to see the effects of moderation over there, right? You have to see the so clear with moderation concept.
Sir, for a layman, how to differentiate between mediation and moderation in one or two times?
Okay. See, very simple. Very simple. See, mediation means, right? There is what is a basic difference that you find here before I go to that to put it in a very simple words about mediation and moderation. You now observed both mediation and moderation, correct? Yes or no? You basically observe both mediation and moderation. What is that basic difference that you have observed in both the cases? What is the
In
basic difference?
in mediation, one of the mediator is there.
Ah, very good. Excellent. Yes. There is one mediation effect is there. What about moderation? What about in moderation? What about in moderation? Did we inserted a variable called as did we insert any variable called as gender? Did we inserted here any variable as a gender in the diagram?
No.
No, we never did. Right? So the very simple difference is that put it in a very simple term for a layman to understand. Mediation focuses on process, moderation focuses on direction.
Okay.
Mediation focuses on the process of relationship. Moderation focuses on the direction of the relationship. Very simple. Very simple terms. All right.
All right.
FI through RP through IDP. Right. FI through RP IDP. That is process link. This is just directional of the relationship. There is no process linked between here. Here the idea is whether it perception varies with regard to male and female. In terms of male, what is the in terms of males, what is the nature of performance? In terms of female, what is the performance? That is the understanding. So ideally, as I told, the same thing. It's mediation is more on process, moderation is more on outcomes. Moderation is more on outcomes. I mean, sorry, not outcomes, directions. Moderation is more on direction.
Direction.
Yeah, right?
All right.
Yes, perfect. Now, Any doubts? So this is with regard to mediation, moderation. This is with regard to mediation and moderation. Right? Any doubts you have, you can ask. So with this, we are finishing. I'm finishing my final session for the day. But you can, here I took an example of gender. Right? Here I took an example of a gender. But you can take any categorical variable in this case. You can take any categorical variable in this case. One more thing, you can copy this table. You have to copy this table. Right? I'll show again. You have to copy this table. Male, you can click here. Once you do this moderation, you will find the male female getting activated here. So this you can copy paste. This you select. Right. Okay, yeah. Right click. Okay, it is not coming. Let me see. I have to select it carefully. Right? Now I have selected. Copy. Come out here, paste it. Female. Paste it. So ideally, one more thing which I wanted to emphasize, you can run this model in a different way also. How is that? Some people sometimes they may not continue with these items. What they do, they go for computation of variables. So what do you find here? Fi1, 2, 5. Correct? And similarly, here it is 1, 3, and 8. So what they go here. Can you all see my SPSS screen? Yes. They go here, click on transform compute variable. Right? They click on transform compute variable and say, for example, I'm creating financial literacy. Financial literacy is equal to sum of Fi 1, Fi1, comma, Fi2, comma, Fi5, and close the brackets and click OK. Right? And click on no. So you will find here financial literacy, one variable is created. Now again come back, transform compute variable. I'm going to change this as PS. All right? Performance, stock performance. And ideally I'm going to change it PS1, comma, PS2, comma PSY and click on close. Okay. So you will find again stock performance has come out. Click on scale. Now come back here, right? You click here. The same thing you can even follow even for moderation also, full effect. I mean the total computed ones you can follow even for moderation. So I'll save this. I'll close this. No.
Jyoti,
Yes. Okay. Now I don't want this. Don't save. I go to the data set. I'll see it is not visible. I go to the uh, file name, right? What I do, I delete. I'll select this, delete. Now I come back here, click on file name, select this grouping variable, no variable I'll select. So it has become now. Okay. Still it is not showing. So I will click file name. SP,
ए
SS.
बार यहाँ सुना वो था डोलू थम भर के लगाए थे भगोना मुँह नहीं
Participants,
वो तू
kindly mute
Right.
your mic. Participants, kindly mute your mic.
परा रहा था भगोनक जे छुए छुए ना ने केहू लड़के भी
Neha, madam,
जे
please
लगाए
mute your
लेते अपन
mic, madam.
लगाती है नहीं तो छुए ना बस खाली
Nega ma'am, kindly mute your mic.
So now you can draw this relationship as well. Now you can come back here, create new female, female. Okay, sorry, delete. Yeah. So now this is also in another way. You can come now. You can click on file name as usual. Select here file name SPSS. I'm going to select this, open it up, and click here grouping variable gender. Okay, grouping value. Okay, sorry, I gave education. Grouping variable gender. Okay, group value 1. Okay, gender, group value, gender. Okay, group value is 2. Correct. Now you can click on OK and run the analysis as well. Yeah, proceed with the analysis. Error occurred. Okay, I forgot to place the constraint. Should place this constraint. Yes, now it is there. So if you check male 0.28, male, female 0.32, come here, click on estimates, scalars, regression weights, right? Click on male, you'll find some value, female. You can copy this, right? You can copy, select copy. Come here, where is the Excel sheet? This Excel sheet also I will share in that, and you can come here, group differences, paste it over here, come here, female, copy, and you can come here for pairwise critical ratio, copy, and you can paste it. Now you can also run this. So now if you do this way, you find there is a significance moderation. Can you all see? The p-value 0.05, less than 0.05, female also less than 0.05. So there exists a significant moderation effect. So I have taught you both the ways. I have seen both the ways. I have seen papers which does the earlier one. I have also seen papers which does like this also. But when you are doing like this, you have to do for all the variables like how we did. All the variables you have to compute and then do it. If you are going to follow this method, do it for everything. But don't do this computation for CFA. CFA should be like how we did yesterday. Right? Computation means this. Clear? So here moderation is significant. Moderation is significant. Right? That's it. This is moderation effect. This is mediation effect. Thank you all so much for your patience listening. We have another 7 minutes left. If you have any clarifications, we can take, or else it's over to the organizers.
Participants, if you have any doubt, questions, you can ask. Okay, sir. So shall we conclude, sir?
Yes, ma'am. If there are no doubts, we can wind up.
Okay, okay. As we come to the conclusion of yet another insightful day in our workshop on SPSs and Amos, it's my honor and privilege to extend a heartfelt note of gratitude to all of you who has who have made today's session a resounding success. And first and foremost, it is with immense gratitude and admiration that I extend a sincere vote of thanks to our distinguished guest speaker, Dr. Gautam, for gracing us with an enlightening and enriching session. Your expertise, patience, and dedication have been instrumental in guiding us through the tangle of SPSS, unraveling the path analysis with mediation and moderation. Your clarity of explanation and patience in addressing our queries and commitment to fostering a conducive learning environment have truly enriched our understanding and as well as inspired us to explore new horizons in statistical analysis, sir. And I also wish to extend my sincere thanks to all the participants. Your active participation, insightful questions, and eagerness to learn have made our discussions engaging and enriching. And your enthusiasm and dedication to mastering the concepts and techniques of SPSS are commendable. And it is your collective curiosity and thirst for knowledge that have made our workshop session truly memorable. And once again, thank you to everyone who has contributed to the success of today's session. and your patient dedication and affinity have made this workshop a truly rewarding experience, sir. And thank you all. And the participants are requested to fill the feedback form, which is posted in the chat box as well as in the YouTube command box. That link will be appeared or kept open till 10 minutes. So kindly fill the feedback form. And thank you all once again. And thank you, sir.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes,
You have promised to share research papers and many more things.
yes, it will reach out. I will send it to the organizers today. They will share with you. Fine.
Sir,
Yes.
organizing team never sends, sir. This
Why
is
it is like that? Don't worry. I'll ask them to send. Okay. Don't
Gautam,
don't worry because I have not yet sent to them. Once I send, only they'll send.
sir. Many times this happened,
But some days I saw
Not
they
like
were
that,
sharing
ma'am.
the this thing. No, I saw in group some data sets and all coming.
but what about research papers?
Research papers I'll give. I have not yet shared. Don't worry. I will share.
And,
They will also share. If
and
they
some
don't share, you can.
and some references also.
Yes, you can contact me in this number. Okay. If, just in case if they don't do, I don't feel that they will not do. They will definitely do.
No, not all, but sometimes I have faced this problem.
Okay. Okay. Fine. Fine.
sir, Gautam sir, thank you for accepting our invite, sir.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you.
Your session was very much fruitful for us and informative as well, sir.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Ma'am, Neerja, ma'am, are you in that 2 weeks workshop group? Because
Yeah,
we are
yeah.
sending every
I'm in
information.
this group. I'm in this group.
Yeah. No, no. In that 2 weeks workshop group,
Yes,
official.
yes.
Yeah, whatever our speaker is sending, we are sending in that group, ma'am. If not, you can contact me. I will send you personally.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you,
Thank
madam.
you.
There's it.
Gauri ma'am, you are sharing the screen. Gauri Ramalingam ma'am.
Tomorrow we don't have any sessions. We will be having last session on Monday. Sorry, our last session is on Monday.
But I think it is 2 week course.
We started this workshop on 4th itself, ma.
Okay. So I thought there are 15 sessions.
No, it
Excluding
is 14
Saturdays and
sessions.
Sundays, ma'am.
Okay.
Only.
So we have 10 sessions only.
Yes.
Okay. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
Double 94196 Gowtham R. पापा एक बार इसको सेव करना ऐड टू कॉन्टेक्ट्स करेंगे या न्यू कॉन्टेक्ट इसको दो हाँ न्यू गौतम R गौतम को गौतम बना दे बंदे को नॉलेज गौतम क्या लिखूँ इसको ये रिसोर्स पर्सन जहाँ का भी है वैसे 20 आवर प्रोग्राम में दुनिया सोर्स सी है
Participants, if you have filled the feedback form link form, you can leave the meet.
சொல்லணும். சொல்ல வேண்டியதா இல்லம்மா. எங்க அப்பனா உங்க தங்கச்சிக்கு போன போட்டு உங்க தங்கச்சி கொண்டத சொல்லுங்க பாப்போம்.
సాయికి చెప్పు, సాయికి చెప్పు అప్పటి నుంచి ఎమ్మిక్తుడు చదువుతుండే మనం.